Do you believe in synchronicities, like that these things happen on purpose, that there's some sort of a destiny to life?
I can tell you that I've been thinking about Destiny a lot. She was the other stripper at the strip club looking at Stephen Hawking. No, I've been thinking about Destiny a lot because of this book. Because, these are worlds, all of these worlds that I write about in this book, like deafness and Hasidic Judaism and AA and raves and Burning Man and stand-up, they don't go together except through, like, my body, like through me. I'm the connective tissue. And having written this book, like now I guess I'm in middle age or something like that.
If you're lucky.
If I'm lucky, yes, amen. May I be so lucky. I'm looking back and going like, this whole thing was a path. And there is no way to see destiny. I don't believe in destiny looking forward. I believe in destiny looking back. Like everywhere you land is destiny in this weird way because it never could have been anything else. I have all these, and I'm sure you do too, these portals in my life. You could have been a pool hustler only. You could have been and you could have gone to the pool hustler thing and then gotten shot and died at 25, or like there's all these multiverse possibilities of the Moshe that wasn't, and the Moshe that was always headed in this direction. Like I like think about stand-up. The only reason I started stand-up is because I was in Israel doing a semester abroad, and it was in the second Intifada, and it got shut down. And I just decided randomly to go to New York, and I happened to have a friend who I'd kept in touch with who was doing stand-up, and she brought me to a show that night. And I saw Patrice and Sarah Silverman, and I'd never even thought stand-up in my life. I'd seen like Delirious, or I watched Janine's special, but I didn't care. Stand-up wasn't part of my thing. But I saw them doing their thing, and I was like, I couldn't believe it. Like I'd been writing like long-form monologues and like wanting to be an actor. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I wanted to write plays, maybe. I wanted to be a historian. I just didn't know. And then I saw them.
How old were you?
I was 21, and I go. First of all, Patrice was making fun of Michael J. Fox, and it was like the week that his Parkinson's had been, and I was like, couldn't believe it. Felt illegal, like, you know what I mean? Like I was just like, this, how can this be, and then Sarah went on and she was transgressive in this way that was like, anyway, I go, wow, that's crazy. And then the next night my friend was doing a set, and I went and saw her, and she was funny. And I go, what the hell? She's a human being. Like, these are gods that I just saw last night, but this is a person. She's like me. So I said to her, when you come to the Bay, I'll write 5 minutes of material, take me to an open mic. I go to the open mic, I do the open mic, it goes pretty well. And then I just, like, my destiny was like set. Now here I am. It's 20 years later. I just wrote my second book. I'm talking to you. I got a wife at home who's a comic who I met in comedy clubs. I have a child at home that's a result of the connection that the two of us have. I can't even look back and think about the other lives it could have been, because it's like, that to me is destiny, is looking back and going, I was like, I don't know how raves to Burning Man to deafness to Hasidic Judaism to AA to stand-up led here, but it was always leading here. This is where I was going.
Do you believe in the multiverse? Do you believe that there's infinite numbers of you living in different directions and infinite possibilities that happen? Because that's what, if the people that believe that we live in one channel of essentially what's an infinite radio dial.
Yeah.
That's why you can only exist in the moment, really.
Because it's only one thing going.
Yeah, it's only one thing going, and it can go any way. And if there's an infinite number of you out there, which it likely, the way the universe is, if you talk to people that actually understand the scope of infinity, they will tell you that not only do humans exist, but you exist. And not only do you exist, but you exist in the form where you have done everything that you have done on this earth. You, Moshe, the guy I'm talking to right now, there's an infinite number of you.
Doing the same thing.
That have done that. Exactly. Every pause that you've made. And then there's an infinite number of ones who made different choices. And there's an infinite number of different choices that they have made at every single moment of every single step of their life. That's how big infinity is.
I guess there is no purpose in that.
I don't know. There still might be a purpose.
Right.
There's definitely a purpose to the people that exist in the moment, that exist in this time that we're sharing. So if that is real, and it is felt by all of us, life is amazing, and when it is, and it's terrible when it's not. There's definitely, there's a meaning to it. It's what does that do, and what are these moments, and what is the powerful emotion of love and the way people feel when they hear great music and all the good things that human beings are capable of and all the things that human beings do. What is that doing? Like it's expressing energy. It's expressing the universe in some weird way has taken this multi-celled being and allowed it to change the surface of the planet and experiment with video where it flies through space and hits another person's device on the other side of the planet instantaneously. What we've done is fucking bizarre, and I can't think that there's not a meaning to it, because there's a meaning to us while it's happening.
Well, if you believe that story not that I'm saying that story was the most magical story, it's my magical story, and everybody has their own little version of a magical story.
If you're lucky, it's magical.
Right. And that's not to discount people's tragedy that they go through too. And some of my path was paved with tragedy. And that's, to me, the history of the Jews is like this sort of triumphant story that's like pockmarked with insane tragedy all the time. And then you just keep going and keep surviving. Like, if you believe in destiny, like I was headed here because a force brought me here, that's magical. And if you believe in randomness, like there was no meaning, there was no, this was truly a pinball ping from wall to wall, that's just as magical to me. That's just as mind-blowing.
Magical. Existence is magical. I've always said that if life itself, as you live it right now, was a psychedelic drug, you would take it and be like, what the fuck is this?
Well, even to exist at all, scientifically, is so infinitesimally, like, unlikely. We're the perfect amount of distance from the sun to have an ozone layer and an atmosphere, and then you're a human, that you got to incarnate in the human version, where you're not just like a sustenance, like, you know, the pig that you shot. You could have been the pig that you shot, the funky pig. Like, that is such a rare, it feels so common if you don't pay attention to the beauty in your life. It can feel so common and banal, and life is boring and meaningless. And if I turn around and like look at the kind of magic of this existence and this incarnation, and that's why I love life so much. Like, that's to me, like the book is about my desire to, like, when I die, I want to squeeze the last drop of the towel that was life. I want the last little drip of water that was in there. I want to drink it all. I want to live, like, my religion is fun. It's not Judaism. It's fun. It's experiences. It's like love and the connection, talking to you, going on stage, writing a book, having a family. Like, I feel super overpaid and lucky. And because a lot of my friends that I grew up with are dead. And like, I could have been me too.
Sure. Could have been all of us. There's a lot of decisions you could have made that have not gotten you to this point right now.
Yeah, me and Pete.